What's up, guys? This is Eric Johnson, and this is my WMMA series for the channel. That is right, I'm doing mixed martial arts. What do I know about it? Conor McGregor, Brock Lesnar, Frank Mir, Lyoto Machida. I mean, I know a decent amount of fighters, but nonetheless, this is my local to global of TBFC, the Burgh Fighting Championship. It's gonna get heated. I'm already at the first show. I'm only doing the default because I don't have WinRAR at the moment. But nonetheless, the show's taking place in Pennsylvania. We got Donnelly versus Lundy tonight as our main event. I'll watch all. Welcome to Blurcat's pre-show analysis of TBFC Donnelly versus Lundy being held in Pennsylvania. This is the first TBFC show of 2002. We're due to have 6 main fights plus 3 preliminary bouts. Sorry. On top, we have Randall Donnelly, who's 14-8, versus Collins Lundy, who is 14-5. So, and this is for the TBFC. I'm sorry, in a TBFC heavyweight fight. Got a lot of tournament. We got tournaments going on here, and those are for the titles. However, the main event fight is not for a tournament at all, so that's just something to look forward to there. Now, nonetheless, we have this is the first. This is both fighters' first time headlining a big show. Lundy is the number 1 ranked heavyweight, and Donnelly's number 6. It's the first time they have fought. Donnelly will enjoy a significant weight advantage over Lundy. Let's see here, and it looks like Blurcat, the news site in this game, picks. If I'm not mistaken, yes, they picked Donnelly 5-2. So it's kind of even, not really. I pick Lundy, but nonetheless. And this is a semi-final of the light heavyweight title tournament. Munter is the number 1 ranked light heavyweight in TBFC. This guy is number 4. It's the first time they have fought, and it is everybody's debut tonight, so just ignore that final one. It looks like it's 6-1 Munter. So interesting stuff. And this is another This is a semi-final of the heavyweight title tournament. This is Federer versus Bronson Barely. Barely's probably gonna get his ass kicked, which is fine. And this is the first time they fought. The betting odds have Federer as favored by a huge margin. So, yeah, Bronson better figure it out. The specialist Keith Place goes up against Federico Vergara. Vergara looks like he's going to beat the hell out of him, but we'll find out. This is a semifinal of the middleweight title tournament. First time they fought, nothing really new there. And this is a random bout I have. This is John Quicksilvers versus the Roughneck Cal Hilson. In my test run, Cal Hilson literally broke the nose of a dude who was supposed to whoop his ass, and that's how he won. So I'm hoping he kind of does something spectacular here, because I really want to put a promotion around that guy. But it looks like Silvers is going to have the win here. I got a feeling. But, yep. And this is Donnelly versus, this is Catherine Davis versus Alyssa the Viper Taylor. Nothing really new here again, but it looks like Taylor should win by a landslide. Here we go, Natasha Mello versus Joan Whitehouse. This is a semifinal match. It's only 4 fighters in each tournament, so. It looks like Mello should whoop the shit uh, out of White House. So we'll see. And here's a preliminary fight. This is Blake Gullickson. That's right. RBM is a fighter in my promotion. Looks like Gullickson's making his pro debut. Good luck to RBM in his bout. But it looks like he might lose. So hopefully he has the heart that he says he has. Nonetheless, here we go. We got the wicked bitch of the West, Honeydew, on the prelims. I know that's a fucking insult to her, but this is also a semifinal in the title tournament. Dude has a 5-inch reach advantage. Yeah, got a feeling that she's gonna whoop her ass. So what? Her record is 8-1, and this is Sonia Charlton is 4-3. Honeydew has a kickboxing background. Charlton has a ground and pound. By weight, it looks like she has a 5-inch height advantage. Has a reach of 70 inches. Charlton has a reach of 65. So yes, 5-inch reach advantage. And as you see here, a negative 1,050. First of the prelim fights is the wicked bitch of the land. Okay. So nonetheless, so you're going to be hearing me press spacebar a lot. So let's get on with it. The winner will advance to the final of the women's flyweight title tournament. Okay, I guess I didn't know that. Now that I know that it does that, we'll put it twice if I put tournament in the title. So I'm not going to do that again next time. William Eates will be the referee. Our judges are Johnny Beerbaum, Marianne Froth, and Christina Shaw. Round 1 begins. They start with a touch of gloves, so respect for each other, but I still have a feeling Honeydew's going to win. Exchange of strikes see both fighters fail to land anything significant. They come together and strike. Dew slips past a right hook and counters with a right jab and a vicious hook kick to the head. Charlton hits the floor. She has been knocked out. The wicked bitch of the West wins by knockout. Wow. So, in about 1 minute and 4 seconds. Yeah. So she will be in the final fight for the flyweight title, with a women's flyweight title. Wow, what a good fight from her. So she is now 9-1. That brings Sonia to 4-4. Not looking good for Sonia. Wow. Yes, leave fight. Honeydew thanks all of her sponsors for backing her, and then also thanks her family, friends, and supporters. She says that she's very happy to have won her TBFC debut, and she's very happy here. Good to know. The Flying V, Esteban Vega, goes up against RBM Blake Gullickson. He is 18 years old, 6'1", fighting out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. He has a reach of 68 inches, and Esteban Vega has a reach of 73, so a 5-inch advantage for Esteban Vega. He is 8-0 undefeated. He's fighting for the team of Camp Ortega. He's from Guadalajara, Mexico. Let's see what he does here. RBM's going to have to pull something out of his ass. The referee is Kyle Crisp. Our judges are Marianne Froth, Christina Shaw, and Edward Wild. And the fight begins. Gullickson hits 2 tentative left hands, neither with anything behind them. Vega can't connect with the setup strikes, but then hits a scything kick to the legs of Gullickson. Vega can't connect with the setup strikes, but then hits Gullickson with the beauty of a straight right. Gullickson is on rubbery legs all of a sudden, and that last shot must have rattled him. He staggers back against the cage and covers up, trying to buy time to recover. Vega smashes Gullickson with a big right hand through the guard. Gullickson can do nothing but try and cover up. Gullickson needs a right hook and is able to barely stand anymore. The cage is the only reason he is still upright. The referee has seen enough and jumps in to stop the fight. Gullickson wasn't offering enough intelligent defense. So, he got ended in about 45 seconds. I agree. I think Kyle Crisp just kind of let RBM just fucking get shit on. But he takes the victory by TKO. And that was a good fight. Sorry, RBM. You start off 0-1, but that's okay. Rookie mistake. Esteban Vega thanks everyone connected to Camp Ortega for helping him prepare for this fight, and his sponsors for supporting him financially. Asked who he wants next, he demands a fight with Keith Place. So we'll see if he can get that fight. And here we go. In the last of the prelims, we have Natasha Mello going head-to-head with Joan Whitehouse. And I believe this is a tournament fight. Yup, so the winner of this fight goes up against the wicked bitch of the West, Honeydew. Our referees, William Yeats. Our judges at cage side are Marianne Froth, Christina Shaw, Edward Wild. And there is the opening bell. We're in PA. Natasha Mello is the hometown girl. She's 5'5", 125. Joan Whitehouse has a 2-inch height advantage. Both only have one loss. Natasha is 7-1. Joan Whitehouse is 5-1. Natasha Mello has a judo background. Joan Whitehouse has a striking background. However, that does not mean sorry. Natasha Mello still has the big advantage. Mello keeps slightly out of range, looking for a chance to dart in and start grappling. Whitehouse lands a jab, then hits a nice straight right. Mello clearly respects her opponent's striking. She's very wary about getting close enough to grapple. Oh, that's interesting. Whitehouse can't connect with her big setup strikes, but then lands a big right hand. Whitehouse moves in closer, ready to attack. A jab hits home from Whitehouse, and then she catches Mello with a right hook. Blood is visible. It appears that Mello has suffered a large gash above her eye. Whitehouse comes in looking to strike. A jab hits home from Whitehouse, and then she catches Mello with a stunning right hook. Mello is knocked down by that shot. Whitehouse moves in quickly, kneeling beside Mello and starting to hammer down with punches. Whitehouse pounds away. Mello is barely able to offer any defense at all. And wow, William Yeats is forced to jump in and stop the fight. And it's going to be Joan Whitehouse versus the wicked bitch of the West. That is, wow. I did not expect that. That is amazing. Wow. So Joan Whitehouse thanks her sponsors and all of her fans. She celebrates her debut victory. She's ready for the next fight. Wow, that is. And here we go. The main card opens up with Catherine Davis. Catherine Davis squaring off against Alyssa the Viper Taylor. Refereeing this bout is Kyle Crisp. Our judges are Christina Shaw, Edward Wild, and Reginald Wodehouse. And round one begins. Before I go, take a look at the stats. 21-year-old Catherine Davis is 5'7", 125. Same with her opponent. She comes out of Manitoba, Canada. She's only 1-0 in her career. She's Taekwondo, and she's fighting for the team Femme Fatale Fighting. And she'll be going up against Alyssa the Viper Taylor. Same height and weight. From New York City. She is 6-3 with a kickboxing background. Let's see here what's going to happen. Let's take a look at the reach advantages. She's got a 67-inch reach compared to a 69-inch. So Catherine Davis only has a 2-inch reach advantage. So not very significant enough. This will be a close fight, in my opinion. Even though it says that Alyssa the Viper Taylor is the favorite. They touch gloves. Both fighters come together and strike. Davis hits a left hand. Taylor hits a 2-punch combination. A quick left and a straight right. So Taylor already looking good. Two combatants meet in the center and start to strike. There's a quick exchange of strikes, but nobody manages to land anything significant. Taylor doesn't connect with a left jab and also has a right hook blocked. Davis has a right hook blocked. They come together and strike. Taylor doesn't connect with a left jab, but connects with a right hand. Davis nails a right cross. They engage in the center. Taylor misses a right cross that leaves her wide open to counter. Davis comes in with a left jab and a big right hand that just misses. The two fighters come forward and engage. Taylor connects with a left hand. Davis lands a left hook, and they both meet in the center. Taylor lands a left jab, but also has a right hand absorbed on the gloves. Davis scores with a jab, but doesn't connect with a right hand. Both fighters move in and engage. Taylor scores with a jab, but has a right hand absorbed on the gloves. Davis is off target with a left jab, but scores a glancing blow with a right head kick. And we move into the second half of the round. Two fighters engage. Taylor doesn't connect to the left jab, but scores with a right hook. Davis lands a 1-2 punch combo. Not bad. They come together and strike. Taylor hits a left hand. Davis uses a left jab, but has a right hand block. Two fighters engage. Davis slips past a right hook and counters with a left roundhouse kick to the body. Both fighters come together and strike. Taylor lands a left jab and a right cross. Davis scores with a jab and also scores with a great right hook. And we have reached the final 60 seconds. Two fighters come forward and engage. Both fighters strike, but nobody manages to land. Davis misses with a right hand. Taylor has a right hand blocked. Both fighters move in and engage. Taylor misses a big right hand, putting her off balance, allowing Davis to attack with two jabs that are followed by a right hand. Both fighters step in to strike. Taylor hits a jab, but has a right hand blocked. Davis uses a pair of left jabs, and also just about lands a head kick. And the time runs out there. I would say Davis wins the round for me. Absolutely 10-9. And we are back underway. Both fighters stepping in to strike. Davis goes to the legs with a low kick. Taylor hits a left jab but has a right hand blocked. Both fighters step in to strike. Davis hits a left cross. Taylor hits a left hand. They come together and strike. Taylor is off target with a left jab but hits a kick to the lead leg. Davis uses a pair of left jabs but can't make contact on a right head kick. The two fighters come together and strike, but it's really tentative. Nothing comes of it. Both fighters meet in the center. Taylor misses a right cross that leaves her open to a counter. Davis attacks with a jab and a right hook that is avoided at the last second. Two fighters engage. Davis dodges a right hand and counterattacks with a quick left jab and a big right hand that just misses. The exchange of strikes sees both fighters fail to land anything significant. Taylor is still moving well, but she is definitely breathing a little deeper now already. Shoulders hunched, Taylor studies her opponent looking for an opportunity. We're now at the halfway point. Two fighters engage. Taylor hits a jab and also lands a leg kick. Davis uses a left jab and also scores a glancing blow with a right head kick. They come together and strike. Taylor misses a big right hand, putting her off balance, allowing Davis to attack with a kick to the leg. Engage. Davis lands a left jab, but also has a right hand blocked. Taylor is off target with a left jab, but scores with the right hook. For the first time, Davis is starting to breathe a little heavier. There we go. They step. Taylor scores with a jab, but fails on a leg kick this time. Davis doesn't connect with a left jab, but lands a leg kick. There you go. Exchange of blows comes and goes without either fighter really landing anything significant. We're into the final minute of the round. Two combatants meet in the center. Davis slips past a right hook and counters with a left jab and a good right hook. They come together and strike, but neither fighter does any damage. Davis moves into southpaw. Interesting cunning strategy. Both fighters move in and engage. Taylor scores with a jab, but doesn't find the mark with the right hook. And then Davis hits a couple of jabs, but just can't hit the left cross. And that's it for the second round. In round two, Catherine Davis still lands more punches and kicks. Gonna have to give that round to Davis. That's right, 10-9 for sure. Taylor is in deep trouble with only one round remaining. She needs a finish, or she will lose the fight. I have to say I would agree with that. But nonetheless, our last round of the first fight on the main show. Let's go. They come together and strike. Taylor misses a big right hand, putting her off balance, allowing Davis to attack with a pair of jabs. It's followed by a leg kick that misses. Nothing significant landing there. They're engaged. Davis dodges a right hand and counterattacks a left jab and a solid right hand. The fighters go toe-to-toe with strikes, but the flurry ends without anything really damaging. The two combatants meet in the center and start to strike. Davis missed but hits a right hook. Taylor lands the 1-2. There you go. That's what she needed. They meet again. Taylor misses a big right hand, allowing Davis to counter with a left cross. Already at the halfway point, it's not looking good for Taylor. Both fighters meeting in the center. Taylor finds a good angle and lands a nice 1-2. So there you go. Davis lands a left jab and also hits a glancing blow with a high kick. Both fighters come together and strike. Taylor lands a left jab, but misses with a roundhouse kick to the body. Davis lands a left kick to the rib cage. And Taylor is starting to have to push herself, and her corner responded by urging her on a little louder. Davis pulls her best mean face and tries to stare her opponent down. I've never seen that one before, actually. The two combatants meet in the center and start to strike. Davis slips past a right hook and counters with a quick left jab and a right hook. They come together and strike. Davis counters a short body kick with a left kick to the ribs. There's under a minute left. Two fighters engage. Davis counters a right hand with a good right hook. Two combatants meet in the center and start to strike. Taylor misses a right hook and leaves herself opened to be countered with a left jab and a massive right hook to the jaw. And Taylor hits the mat. That shot has rocked her. Davis quickly pounces, looking to rain down on punches on the stunned Taylor. Davis unloading with massive rights, and Taylor is getting pasted, and referee has to pull Catherine Davis away, stopping the fight. And the winner is from Manitoba, Canada, the 21-year-old Catherine Davis wins by way of TKO. That was a good fight all the way to the very end, to the point where Taylor just couldn't take it no more. And apparently the fucking fight was rated decent. Get that piss out of here. That was a good boxing match. Get out of here with that shit. Catherine Davis gives a name check to everyone at Femme Fatale Fighting, all of her various sponsors, and all of her friends, family, and supporters. She's then asked who she'd like to face next, and she responds by calling out Joan Whitehouse, saying she will kick her ass. Catherine Davis may not be the greatest interviewee, but her looks alone mean she'll always get a reaction. So, yeah, she's calling out Joan Whitehouse. I believe Joan Whitehouse was the winner of her match, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, we got John Quicksilvers going up against Roughneck Cal Hilson from the great state of Texas. This is Cal Hilson. He is 6 foot, 205, 28 years old. He is undefeated. He has a brawling background. We'll be going up against John Quicksilvers. He is 30. He is 6'3", 205, coming out of Port St. Lucie, Florida, with a pro record of 12-1. He has a boxing background, and he is not on a team. He is the favorite, however. Our referee is Kyle Crisp. The judges are Johnny Beerbaum, Marianne Froth, and Christina Shaw. And here we go. Both fighters come together. Hilson doesn't connect with a left jab and lands the right hook. Silvers lands a left jab and a right cross. They stand and trade blows, but neither can land anything damaging. There's an exchange of strikes at relatively close range, but nothing lands. Both fighters stepping in the strikes. Silvers hits a left hand, and Hilson hits a left jab and also nails the right cross. There you go. Two fighters engaging. Silver's counters a right hand with a jab and a right hand. There you go. Engaging again. Hilson misses the right cross that leaves him open. Silver's attacks with a left jab and a right hook is avoided right at the last second. Both fighters come together and strike. Hilson dodges a right hand and counterattacks with a great right hook. And then they meet again. There's a brief exchange of fire, but neither fighter lands. Hilson has a right hand taken on the gloves. Silvers is off target with a left jab and just can't hit a right cross. We pass the halfway mark. Two fighters come forward and engage. Silvers hits a two-punch combination, a quick left and a straight right. Hilson connects cleanly with a right hand. Silvers glances at his corner and gets a few words of encouragement in response. I've never seen that one either. Two fighters stand and trade strikes, but neither lands anything damaging. Both fighters come together and strike. Hilson slips past a right hook and counters with a left hook. They come together and strike. Hilson misses a right cross that leaves him wide open to counter. Silvers comes in with a left jab and a good right hook. And here we go, the final minute. They stand and trade blows, but neither can land anything damaging. They come together and strike again, and Silvers hits a jab, misses the right hook. Hilson is off target with a jab and connects with a right hand. Both fighters step in to strike. Hilson lands a left jab but misses with a right hand. Silvers lands the 1-2 punch combo. They engage with 1 second left. Hilson lands a left jab but can't hit a right cross, and Silvers lands a left jab and a right cross. Interesting. Just came back at him with his fucking move. And the time runs out at round 1. I'd say it's in favor of Cal Hilson. Interesting. 10-9. Round 2 begins. They stand and trade blows, but neither can land anything damaging. The two fighters stand and trade strikes. Neither lands a significant blow in the exchange. Hilson is slowing just a little as he starts to get into the gas tank a bit. Both fighters move in and engage. Silvers misses a jab but connects with a right hand. Hilson uses a left jab and also scores with a great right hook. Exchange of strikes doesn't go anywhere. Two combatants meet in the center. Silvers scores a jab but finds his right cross blocked. And Hilson hits a left cross. Both fighters step in. Silvers misses a right cross that leaves him wide open to counter. Hilson comes in with a left jab and a big right hand that just misses. We go past the halfway point already. The two combatants meet in the center and start to strike. Hilson doesn't connect with a left jab but lands a right hook. Silvers finds a good angle and lands a nice one too. An exchange of strikes happened right in the center of the cage, but neither fighter lands anything good. Looking a bit tense, Silvers moves around the cage. They come together and strike. Silvers hits a left hand. Hilson hits a left jab but has the right hand blocked. For the first time, Silvers is starting to breathe a little heavier. Both fighters move in and engage. Silvers hits a jab but doesn't find the mark with a right hook. Hilson connects with a left hand. A little fatigue may be creeping in. Hilson is starting to move noticeably more slowly now. And the end of the round is coming quick. There's under a minute left. An exchange of strikes sees both fighters fail to land anything significant. Engage in the center. Hilson misses a right cross that leaves him wide open to counter, and Silvers comes in with a right cross. Both fighters meet in the center. Silvers misses a big right hand, putting him off balance, allowing Hilson to attack with the right cross. And Hilson doesn't look like he has much left in the tank. That would be the end of the second round. So this third round is... I don't know what the hell Hilson's going to have to do to win, but it looks like he's running out of stamina. No idea if he's even going to be able to go. It looks like John Quicksilver is going to be able to come in and take the win, but looks like Hilson still takes the round. It looks like Silvers has to win by knockout or submission here. It's the only way he's going to take it. Both fighters step in to strike here to start round 3. Hilson misses a right hook and leaves himself open to be countered with a left jab and right hand. Silvers grabs Hilson to look shattered, pulls him into a clinch. Hilson looks to set up a trip takedown. It's unsuccessful. Silvers maintain a good solid base. Clinch with Silvers, Hilson looks to try and take him down. Doesn't work. Silvers defended it. It's kind of funny with a brawling background. You thought Cal Hilson would have got it. But Hilson separates from Silvers, and we're back to a standoff. Both fighters step in to strike. Hilson misses with a left jab, but connects with a right hand. Silvers finds a way past his opponent's guard and lands a sharp 1-2. Hilson appears to have suffered a gash under his eye. Two fighters engage. Silvers hits a left hand. Hilson finds a way past his opponent's guard and lands a sharp 1-2. The clock is stopped as the referee wants to check that cut on Hilson. The ringside doctor gives the wound a look, but quickly signals that it's not going to be a problem. And the fight is restarted. Two fighters will engage. Silver scores a jab, but has a right hook blocked. And Hilson hits a left jab, but can't hit the right cross. And already at the halfway point, two fighters come forward and engage. Hilson misses a right cross that leaves him open to the counter. Silvers attacks with a left jab and a right hand that narrowly fails to connect. Silvers acknowledges some instructions from his corner with a curt nod of the head, returns his full attention to the fight. Step in. Hilson is off target with a left jab, but hits a right cross. Silvers finds a good angle and lands a nice 1-2. Hilson seems to be fighting against exhaustion. They come together and strike. Silvers connects with a left hand, and Hilson hits a left hand. The two fighters engage again. Hilson hits a jab, but has a right hand absorbed on the gloves. Silvers finds a way past his opponent's guard and lands a sharp 1-2. There's under a minute left. Two fighters engage. Silvers counters a right hand with a quick left jab and a right hook. Looking shattered, they all but collapse into each other and clinch. Silvers attempts to wrestle Hilson to the ground, but he can't get the takedown as Hilson wrestles his way into a dominant position. Hilson looking for a trip, but Silvers blocks the attempt by keeping a solid base. Hilson looking for another trip, but Silvers blocked it again. Silvers trying to take Hilson down. Hilson blocks it. Blocks the takedown attempt and takes control of the grapple. The time runs out, and the round is over, and so is the fight. So it looks like they just went in a takedown fest and nobody was successful, but it looks like Cal Hilson's going to take this fight by decision. But Silvers apparently won this round, so depends on the judges. It's all up to them. All three judges give a score of 29-28, making the roughneck Cal Hilson winner by unanimous decision. So, yep, unanimous decision. The fight being rated as good. Some pretty good excitement there. That makes Cal Hilson 7-0. John Quicksilvers is now 12-2. So, not bad there. Let's see here. Cal Hilson gives a shout out to all of the sponsors and thanks his family, friends, and also God. He celebrates his TBFC debut victory and says that he is already looking forward to the next fight. So, pretty good way to get there. Next up is the specialist, Keith Place. I'm assuming it's Place. Takes on Federico Vergara. And Vergara is also 8-0. This is going to be a Muay Thai background going up against MMA. The specialist is 6'1", 185 from Boston, Massachusetts. And he'll be fighting for the Team Pittsburgh Steel. Not bad. And Federico Vergara from Mexico City, Mexico. And he is undefeated, not fighting for a team. So he does have a 1-inch height advantage. And he has a reach of 75 inches. Keith has a reach of 74, so no real distinct advantage in this match. It will be close. And here we go. A place in the final of the middleweight title tourney is at stake in this. Nonetheless, the referee is Kyle Crisp. The judges for this bout is Christina Shaw, Edward Wild, and Reginald Wodehouse. And the fight will begin. The two fighters engage with strikes, but neither can land a significant shot. Vergara comes forward. Place throws a counter left, but doesn't connect. Vergara hits a right hand, but finds nothing but air with a big left. Vergara moves forward, constantly trying to pressure Place into exchanging strikes. Vergara moves into the pocket. Vergara lands a right jab, but Place evades a big left punch. Both fighters move in and engage. Vergara misses it with a right jab, but hits a left hand. Place connects with a quick head kick. Vergara backs off, but does not look at all. Does not look at all steady on his feet. He has clearly been rocked by that last blow. Place hits a right hand, but it lacked the power to put Vergara down. Vergara attacks with strikes. Place throws a counter jab but misses. Vergara can't hit a setup right jab, but then lands a vicious left cross, and Place is knocked down. Vergara knows that this is a golden opportunity and quickly pounces on Place, looking to finish him off by raining down punches. Vergara unloads a big lefts and lands a few powerful shots. Vergara holds Place in position with side control and hits a knee into the ribs. Already past the halfway point, Vergara hits a knee strike to the ribs. Stuck under side control, Place takes a knee to the ribs. Vergara keeps Place guessing with a few quick strikes. Vergara throws a few strikes but is clearly slowing things down so he can catch his breath. Vergara looks to get a mount. The attempted mount results in a scramble for position as Place tries to avoid the danger. The scramble ends with Vergara grabbing Place and getting a waist lock, gaining back control. Vergara holding Place from behind looks to try and take him down. Place is soon on his way to the ground. Vergara gets the takedown with ease. Place can do nothing to stop Vergara getting side control off the takedown. Place takes a knee strike to the ribs from under side control. Vergara pounds away with punches, but does minimum damage. Round one's brought to an end. And Keith Place was just getting thrown around. Definitely would take Vergara 10-9. And yep, most people will expect Vergara to go on and win this fight, but we will see. Yeah, it's hard to see a scenario where Place can do enough to take this fight. There's the bell, and round number 2 begins. The two combatants meet in the center and start to strike. Vergara sees a head kick coming and counters with a right to the body. An exchange of strikes happens right in the center of the cage, but nothing comes of it. They stand and trade, but all the shots are either off target or safely dealt with. They engage in the center. Vergara slips past a right hook and counters with a quick right hook. Blood is visible in Place. A strike looks to open up a cut under his eye. Vergara is still moving well, but he is definitely breathing a little deeper now. Both fighters come together and strike. Place misses with a left jab and hits a right cross. Vergara scores with a jab and also lands a right hand to the body. Both fighters come together and strike. Place misses with a big right hand, allowing Vergara to counter with a great left hook. With Place bleeding, referee Kyle Crisp pauses the fight so that the cut can be checked. The doctor checks the wound and doesn't take long to signal the referee that it's only minor. Fight recommences. We are now at the halfway point. The exchange of strikes does not produce any damage. Engage. Place misses a high kick that leaves him open. Vergara comes in and quickly with a nice left hook. stand and trade, but all the shots are either off target or are safely dealt with. Place is starting to slow down a touch, perhaps conserving a little energy. We move into the final 60 seconds of the second round. Engage. Vergara misses a jab but hits a left hand. Place lands a 1-2. The two combatants meet in the center and start to strike. Place scores with a jab but has a right hand taken on the gloves. Vergara hits a 2-punch combination, a quick right and a straight left. Both fighters meet in the center. Place uses a left jab and also scores with a quick kick to the lead leg. Vergara lands 2 jabs and also hits a right hook to the body. And time's up. So with the second round, so yeah, it's looking like it's looking like we're gonna give that one to Vergara on that one for sure. Yep, that was a good round full of action. Hoping to see more to come. Only a 10-9 of Vergara this time. Yep, looks like Place needs a big finish. Two fighters come forward and engage. Place misses a right cross that leaves him wide open to a counter. Vergara comes in with a quick right jab and a right hook to the side of the body. Vergara misses with an attempted shot to the body. Place has a right hand taken on the gloves. Vergara slips past a right hook attempt and attacks with a clean left hand. Place was rocked by that last shot. He backs away until up against the cage, covering up, but looks very unsteady. Vergara comes in close and smashes Place with a left hand. Down he goes. He is out. And Federico Vergara takes the win by knockout. And Vergara is in the finals for the middleweight title. That was a very good fight, with the fight ending with 1 minute and 2 seconds into the third round with a by knockout. Excellent fight. Not excellent, but a good fight. Let's see here. Federico Vergara thanks all of his sponsors for backing him and also thanks his family, friends, and supporters. He says that he's very happy to have won his debut and he's happy here. Okay, cool. And this is looking to be a landslide fight between Bronson Burley versus Oliver Federer. Just call him Oliver, fuck it. The finals of the heavyweight title tournament await the winner. So, who the fuck won the first? We'll talk about it after. But referee's Kyle Crisp. Okay. No one gives a shit about that. Bronson barely ignores the offer of a touch of gloves. He's going to regret that. I guarantee you that. Federer comes in looking to strike. Federer connects with a nice jab and then scores with a right cross. Federer fails to find a home for his jab, but then lands a right hand. Federer comes in looking to strike, throws a quick punch, nothing lands. Federer looked like he was about to shoot, but barely stepped in fast and started to clinch. Using his wrestling skills, Barely is trying to push Federer up against the cage. Federer doesn't let himself be driven back, though. He gains a dominant position in the grapple instead. Federer is trying to muscle Barely up against the cage. Barely ends up backed against the cage. Showing how good he can be at controlling opponents, Federer keeps Barely stuck against the cage. Federer and Barely remain up against the cage for the next minute, doing little other than throwing occasional short punches. Using tight body-to-body control, Federer is slowly wearing Barely down by pressing him up against the cage and leaning all of his weight on him. The next minute becomes a stalemate as neither fighter risks leaving a crucial opening that the other can exploit. With the fight having been stuck against the cage for a lengthy period of time, the referee restarts them back in the center. Two fighters come together with a clinch and start wrestling. Federer seems to be the aggressor. Using his wrestling skills, Federer is trying to push Barely up against the cage. Barely out wrestles him though. Using his wrestling skills, Barely's trying to push Federer up against the cage. And Federer doesn't let himself be driven back. Gains the dominant position in the grapple. And that's it. So this is basically, I'm going to put you in the cage. No, you in the cage. And yeah, that was a really boring fight so far. Really boring fight. But it's 10-9 Federer. You see the confidence rising in Federer. He knows that this is his fight to lose now. Round 2 begins. It looked like we were about to see Barely try and get some grappling started, but Federer was more aggressive, took initiative. A jab lands from him, but big right hand follow-up misses. A jab is wide from Federer, but then he scores with a fantastic right cross. Barely is knocked down by that shot. Federer quickly pounces, looking to rain down punches onto the stunned Barely. Federer pounds away with right hands, and Barely's having trouble doing anything about it. And the referee has no option but to leap in and stop the fight. And Federer does win by TKO in the second round. And he will be a finalist in that match. And that was a poor rated match. Fuck me. So that makes the Master of Disaster 5-8. And who looks like his whole career is a disaster, so it's a fitting nickname. As Oliver is now 11-0. Giving thanks to Oliver Federer, praises his team at Evolution MMA, his various sponsors, and the fans who came out to support him. And he's just celebrating winning his debut fight. It's everybody's fucking debut. We got Jethro, the Hunter Munter, going up against Intensity personified Logan Sky. They're the same height and weight. Jethro is older than him, has more experience. The only thing is Logan Sky is undefeated, and this looks to be an even bout. This is a place in the finale of the tournament for the light heavyweight title. Kyle Crisp will ref, and we are underway. Two fighters touch gloves. Sky hits 2 left jabs and catches Munter with a low kick to the front leg. They stand and trade in the center, but no real damage. Sky comes in and avoiding a jab on the way. Sky can't connect with a jab, but then he scores with a right cross that landed hard. Sky can't connect with a jab, but then scores with a right cross that landed hard. Sky forces an exchange of strikes. Munter throws a counter left, but doesn't connect. A jab is wide from Sky, but then he catches Munter with a low kick to the front leg. Sky comes forward to attack. Munter manages a counter jab. Sky can't connect with his set-up strikes, but then he catches Munter with a right hook. A jab lands from Sky, but finds nothing but air with a big right. And we are now at the halfway point of the round. Sky stalks forward, pressuring Munter. Munter hit a counter left hand. Sky fails to find a home for his jab, but then he hits Munter with a body kick. The two fighters come together and strike, but it's really tentative and nothing comes of it. An exchange of strikes sees both fighters fail to land anything significant. Moving forward constantly, Sky is pressuring Munter. Sky confidently steps into the pocket. Sky can't hit a setup left jab, but then he hits a nice straight right that lands hard. Moving to the final 60 seconds. A nice jab hits home from Sky, and then he hits a nice straight right. Sky comes forward looking to force a striking exchange. Sky moves into the pocket. Sky lands a jab, and he catches Munter with a right roundhouse kick to the body. And that's the end of the first. Looks like this goes to Logan Sky, 10-9. There's the bell for the start of the round, for round 2 of this fight, the co-main event. Fuck. Sorry, get comfortable. Sky comes forward, the two fighters exchange. Munter throws a counter jab, misses. Sky throws a quick 1-2 but doesn't land another blow. Sky stands ready as Munter moves in. Munter misses a right cross that leaves him open to the counter. Sky attacks with a jab and a right head kick that doesn't make contact. The two fighters come together and strike, but it's really tentative and nothing comes of it. Munter clearly respects his opponent's striking, and he is very wary about getting close enough to grapple. Sky lands two left hands, but Munter avoids the kick to the body that had set up. Taking a few gulps of breath, Sky is giving the first hint that he is starting to tire a touch. Sky moves in closer, ready to attack. Sky lands a jab and then hits a vicious high right kick to the side of the head. Munter is out. It is all over. By knockout, the winner is Logan Sky. He is in the finals for the light heavyweight title. Intensity personified. Logan Sky wins. And that was rated a good fight. A good job there by Logan Sky. And it's just the same thing. He's celebrating his debut. Cool. And here we go for the main event of the evening. Dangerous Randall Donnelly goes up against Collins Lundy for in the TBFC heavyweight division. Our referee is Kyle Crisp, again for like the 80th fucking time. All right, here we go. Looks like Randall Donnelly is fighting with a 14-8 record. Collins Lundy will be fighting with a 14-5 record. Looks like a 14-pound advantage for Randall Donnelly. He has a 75-inch reach to a 75-inch reach. So that doesn't really matter there. And here we go for the main event fight. Donnelly and Lundy. They start with a touch of gloves. Lundy moves in closer, ready to attack. Lundy lands a jab, but then hits a nice straight right. Looked like we were about to see Donnelly try and get some grappling started, but Lundy was more aggressive and took initiative. Lundy throws a punch, but Donnelly was equal to it. Lundy fails to find a home for his jab and catches Donnelly with a crunching right hook. Donnelly shoots in for a takedown. Takedown successful. It's a single leg that leaves Lundy pulling guard. The clock runs down as Lundy is being smothered against the ground by Donnelly. Donnelly throws a fast elbow strike to the head, scoring with a glancing blow. Lundy throws out some punches. Donnelly leans back to avoid him. Donnelly begins trying to pass guard. Donnelly gets past the guard with a certain degree of ease and gains side control. Donnelly fires away, and Lundy is clearly hurt by a couple of nasty-looking punches. Donnelly fires away and manages to connect with 2 or 3 heavy shots that rock Lundy. Donnelly pounds away with rights, but Lundy covers up, and only a couple manage to get through. Donnelly blocks an attempted sweep. Donnelly starts trying to work from side control to mount. Lundy can't fend off his opponent and is mounted. Donnelly fires away with punches. Lundy takes several shots that threaten to end the fight. Lundy tries to turn away from the blows, but gets rolled, and Donnelly has his back. Donnelly pounds away, landing several clean blows on Lundy in the process. Donnelly tries to pound on Lundy, but all the blows are comfortably dealt with. And that is the end of the first round. So, looks like Lundy's getting dominated here by Randall Donnelly. I gotta have a fucking drink. I'm just gonna keep my hand in spacebar. Oh, I can't talk. Hold on a second. Alright, here we go. Lundy lands a jab and lands a big right hand. Sorry, my fucking throat. Circling, Donnelly clearly wants to get close enough to grapple, but is wary about getting hit. Lundy can't connect with a jab and scores with a right to the body. Lundy throws an attempted hook to the body but doesn't connect. Donnelly seizes the chance and grabs Lundy into a clinch. With control of the clinch, Donnelly tries a complete takedown. He has the takedown. Lundy pulls half guard. Donnelly unloads with big right hands, landing several that clearly hurt Lundy. Donnelly pounds away with rights. Lundy is eating some sickeningly heavy shots to the face. With Lundy taking a beating, the referee has to stop the fight, and Randall Donnelly takes victory by way of TKO, excuse me. But wow, that is absolutely insane. And this fight is being rated as great. It's actually the fight of the night. For sure. Visibly delighted. Okay, so he just celebrates his debut with our company with a win. But nonetheless, that is we got $32,000 out of the gate. We had 445 people come. The critical rating is a measure of how exciting the event was, as calculated by looking at the 3 most highlighted rated fights. And we got a 74%. Not a bad not a bad rating at all. All the prelims were good. Not a bad show actually. And yes, we were on SportTube broadcasting with them. So we got a popularity decreased in America. I'm not sure why. I thought it did well. But now it's time for us to get known all over the world. It's Africa? What's this? Asia? Yeah. Russia? Canada? Fuck is that? Central America? Oh, okay. That's Australia, Britain, Europe, the EU, Mexico, South America. Okay, makes sense. Alright, well, my decision for fight of the night definitely goes to the main event. There was no submission. So, knockout probably has to go to Logan Sky. For sure. On Jethro. Because nobody expected that win. Pretty exciting stuff. For sure. Yeah, I think I picked the correct main event. This was a pretty damn good card. Definitely want to push this product around Randall Donnelly. Okay, negative 739. That's not bad at all. Honeydew's our highest earner, which is interesting. Well, we only lost 739, so it's not too bad. I think we'll make money on the next one. Just trying to figure out how the fuck we lost popularity in America. I thought that was a hit for sure. It's time for us to get known nationwide. So let's update our rankings. Oliver Federer is now number 1. We need Sly Twinge in a fight. Logan Sky is our number 1 light heavyweight fighter. How the fuck is Cal Hilson 5? It doesn't make any sense. Middleweight, Blake Gullickson has 0-1 in his career. And flyweight. All right. So let's check out our tournaments. Still need Don Norman and Tay Burnett for their fight. Logan Sky will fight the winner of John Silvers and Toby Dingleberry. Such a fucking awesome name. Middleweight is going to be Vergara versus either the winner of Esteban Vega or Glenn Pim. Oh wait, Glenn Pim can't be in the fucking tournament anymore. That's right. Oh shit. I'm gonna have to end that tournament for the middleweight title. I can't. So let's take a look at the rankings for the middleweight real quick. Vergara's gonna have to fight someone different. Vergara will fight Esteban Vega for the title. That's the only way I could see that happening. So it will be Honeydew and Joan Whitehouse, the next event for the women's flyweight title. So stay tuned for that. Hit save real quick. Notepad. Who the fuck did I say it was again? Esteban Vega and Vergara. Just in case I forget, put that in our notepad. So yeah, not a bad main event, not a bad show. If you want to keep on seeing this series, let me know in the comments section below. This is Eric Johnson signing out of the first episode of WMMA 5, Local to Global, World of Mixed Martial Arts, the Burgh Fighting Championship. We'll see you next time.